Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. So the video today is on this 2011 Peugeot 3008. I believe this is the 1.6 HDI, I might be wrong. To be honest, that doesn't really matter because what we're gonna be working on is nothing to do with the engine. So let me show you exactly what is wrong with this, and like so. So there is my problem. Look at that airbag. So let me explain you the story with this car. So this was bought with a small impact, I believe, on that corner there, but I might be wrong. All I know is that these curtain airbags have deployed. I broke that in there. As you can see, it's ripped in there a little bit, the liner. Also the seat airbag here has deployed as well, and when the guy bought these, the seat was being stitched up again. All of these has just been pushed in, and obviously the guy didn't knew that, but what he did was he replaced this curtain airbag. There's a new one in, there's a new airbag on the seat. But obviously we still have the light. He asked me to have a look. I believe this is going to be crash data on the airbag module, which we're going to have to clear. But let's not going to jump ahead of ourselves. I don't know if any other airbags have deployed. It doesn't seem like he has. No, he doesn't have any airbags. So I don't know if these airbags is deployed as well. And I think it's the only airbags really. I mean, other than the passenger side. But that side doesn't look like anything deployed in there. Don't know if this airbag is part of the curtain and it's just one airbag. Probably it is. Right, so I think the first thing we're going to do is scan the car, go through the airbags and see exactly what's going on in there. And I do apologize about the glare. So airbags and pretensioners. Turbo codes. Right lateral side firing fault, right side airbag fired, fault on front lateral resistance to high, fault on the curtain airbag. So oh my god, absolutely terrible, isn't it? Okay, so there is, this is my fault. Okay, so F6C1, F6C3, E608, E60C. Now what I want to do is quickly go through my live data. Let me see if I have, oh my god, how I'm gonna do this. Let me try to see if I can get a tablet somewhere where we can see something slightly different. Okay, disarmed, not configured, so impact recorded, pretensioners, everything is disarmed, side airbags, triggering performed, there we go. Triggering performed, disarmed, not configured, blah blah blah. That doesn't really matter. Okay, so this to me looks really like a I don't think you can do nothing here. I think we're gonna have to take the airbag out, which I believe is gonna leave somewhere in there, and try to do a crash data delete. Okay, because I know there's gonna be people out there that if I don't show these, they're gonna just cry. I'm figuring out as I go along. I never took one of these out, but from the looks of it, first thing, you remove this trim, just pry it out. There's nothing rocket science. Pull it out. Once you pull that out, you can pull this. Then you start to pry these out as well. It's only clipped in as well, okay? So you just start to pull these out. And it comes out. As you can see, there's two plugs that you need to disconnect it, one for the cigarette lighter I think, and the other one for the roof, I think. And once you take this out, I'm not sure, but looks like we're gonna have one screw here, one screw here, and this should allow me to, I'm not really sure. I think we'll have to see what happens next, but it's something along those lines. Okay, next I pulled these out, and you have two screws here that holds this bottom part. Pull it out, disconnect the cigarette lighter or the 12-volt plug socket, and that's it. And then it looks like I might have to take these screws here at the bottom, and then these will slide back. I don't know if there's anything else to remove. Guys, again, I'm doing this, I'm figuring it out as I go along, and if I'm doing something wrong, I will update you later on. Okay, on this side I had to remove this foot rest, then remove this cover here. There's a couple bolts and a plastic clip, and then all this side panel comes out. And now, what is next? What do we need to do next? I think this comes on the one piece, yeah. I think these air vents here disconnect here. So I think I'm gonna have to go on the other side to see what I need to remove on the other side for this to slide back. Yeah, you have the handbrake here as well. I can pull these out. Go. 4 tabs that you press, 2 here, 2 on the other side, and this lifts up, and we're going to be able to disconnect these, obviously. What else? Well, let's kind of go on that side and try to dismantle the other side, the same as we did over here. Okay, I do confirm, same thing on this side. That trim off, screw, plastic clip, and this little bit here at the top. One screw, take this side panel, expose this, disconnect this in this case, and then this, I don't know if it's going to slide out. There's a couple other plugs around here. There's one here, and I think there's another one on the other side. I'm going to have to unplug and try to figure out if there's anything else holding this center console, or if it's ready to slide back. Okay, something else I was missing here. So to pull it back, you're going to have, see if I can show you right here. You see these tabs here? This tab is going to be behind that metal thing at the front. So you need to press, so it's going to clip in that hole in there. This goes behind that metal thingy. So you press this side, lift it, press that side. There's one on each side. You lift the wall center console. Once you press those tabs, you will be able to lift and then pull it back. Okay. And now I'm going to see if it comes all the way back enough to remove the airbag module, or if something else needs to be touched. Or so you're ready, move back. As you can see, it's all split. The airbag module is right there. I can already see it. So let me unplug these things maybe and try to pull it all the way back. And to get to the airbag, you don't need to do much more than this. So all I had to do was pull these conducts here, these vents, pull it this way and pull the other one at the same time and lift it over this. So this is down here, so you force both open and you lift it up, and there it is. And that's my airbag module ready to be removed. Okay, so this is the details of the module. Okay, so I believe there is 4 screws here at the back. This should open the module. Okay, the module is opened, and I'm not sure what we're going to be looking for on this. That's a Bosch chip, so it's not going to be that one for sure. What's this one here? TMS, that looks like the processor. Wait, hold on. Looks like it's going to be a 95. Yeah, it's a EEPROM, which looks like is right here in this little corner. So that's my EEPROM. It's covered in varnish or some sort of lacquer, so I can't really read the numbers, but we're gonna see if we can figure out what it is by scrape this lacquer off. Okay, there we go. Lacquer is out. Okay, so the lacquer is now out. I removed it with my fingernail. And this is a 95 160. So it's a ST 95 160. That's going to read the zip ROM and proceed from there, I guess. Okay, and after the EEPROM cleaned and put here on this adapter, connected to XProg, as you can see in there, M95160, there is my data. We're just going to read it again to make sure, and I will show you that it reads. Oh, come on, seriously? Just read it and read it okay. Oh, there you go. Sweet. All good. So now let's gonna clear the crash data on this file. Okay guys, so this is the software I'm using to clear the crash data. Let's see if this works. As you can see in there, is for a Peugeot 5008, but it doesn't really matter because the part numbers are exactly the same as you can see there. So the Peugeot part number 96751-81780, and then the Bosch part number 0285010-830. So I just run the file through, then I opened this file X comparison, and I'm gonna scroll it down for you to see what the software did. So all it did was, oh, there we go, so the difference there. So right at the top there, this is the original file at the top. This is the one just cleared. As you can see, all this data here has been cleared to all Fs. And then as you scroll down, there's more here again. So as you can see, all these data here has been cleared to Fs. Don't know if there's any more. No, that's it. That's all that's been cleared. So now what we're going to do is we are going to open XProg. We're going to open the cleared file, which I believe is that one there. Cleared. I'm going to make open. Now we're going to write this into the chip. Yes. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, looks like I have a poor contact on the chip. Let's gonna wiggle it a little bit and see if we can write this in. Let's try this again. There we go. Sweet. Job done. Let's gonna solder the chip back in and see what we have. Okay, so this first attempt didn't went as planned. I do not have any codes. I just scanned the entire car to see what codes we have. There's only a few codes on things that don't think they would affect the airbags. Let me just look at this one here. What is this multi? Permanent plus, not really sure because the panel is working, so that doesn't really matter. This would not affect the airbags, I'm pretty sure. After putting that, I just want to show you here quickly. After putting that file, as you're going to see here, the file left me with no trouble codes, so it deleted the codes, but we do still have an airbag light. So clearly something's still not correct. So we're gonna have maybe to try a different software, see if a different software does something different maybe. Okay, back to this. A few days later, I was working nights that day, so I tried a couple things. Then I had to have my afternoon nap before nights. So this is like 3 days later, but I got somewhere. So I've been working on these now for about an hour, maybe less than an hour actually. I just woke up, had my meal, and I'm now back into this. It's about 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Anyway, that doesn't really matter for the video. So, but let me show you this. So, and I will explain you everything. We're gonna have to take the module out again because I only put 2 screws on it anyway. But let me just show you this now. And there we go. Look at that. So I haven't scanned the car yet. We'll do that when we're finished, but for now we're gonna have to still take the module because I only put 2 screws on the underside, and then I'll show you on the computer exactly what I had to go through and everything I've done. Okay, so we're gonna take these back to the bench. As you can see, I only put 2 screws, so we're gonna have to put the missing screws in here. And in the meantime, guys, I will also show you what I've done. So we still have these here because I literally just finished. What I've done was the following. So let me see if I show you this a little bit closer. So this was the file I read originally from the module. If you remember, this was the first file that I passed on the first software. Okay, then I've tried a couple more softwares that I have, that one and that one. They both gave the same results, so no codes, but the light would not go off. So then I've tried this file, which was supposedly to be a original file from a certain module, from the same module, I would say. So it was supposed to be a file that's never been on a crash, but might be wrong. I tried this file, didn't work either. And finally, after a little bit of googling, I found on a forum a generous soul that actually did a clear crash data file on the same module, and he posted the file for this guy that was asking for help without password protected, which I never understood why people does that. If they are selling the file is different, but if they are trying to help someone, why do they protect these things? I never done that on forums when I help people, but some people just does that. Anyway, so this was the file, guys, that someone posted on a forum. This was a clear file, someone that posted a original file from his module. This person, don't know if he did it manually or run it through a software that cleared the crash data, and he published the file back to this person, but he never password protect the file. And straight away I've tried this file, and as you've seen, the results are there. So that worked straight away. And just out of curiosity, I'll just show you quickly the difference between the file that so I'll try first, let me see here. So I'll try this file, and now this file, which is the file that worked. Okay, so if we look here now, so this is my original file. Let me synchronize the scroll. So this is my original file, and from this line downwards is the file that's now on the module that is not throwing any codes, and all the green areas is the bits that are different. And if you see, as I scroll down, all the this, so here there's no difference here, then difference starts here again. Okay, and that's it. Okay, and now what I'm going to do on the top one, I'm going to change this file for the file that the first software cleared. Okay, and as you can see, the initial file that my software cleared to the second file, as you can see, there is difference there straight away at the start, and then there is no differences. So it will start to be difference here straight away. But look, I only have this difference here on the software below. This one puts some halves here, etc. This one is all zeros there. And then there's another slightly different right there. Okay, and that's it. We are at the end of the file. There's nothing else, as you can see. That's it. So between the file that my software cleared the crash data and the file that actually works, there's this difference here. And as you scroll up, this little bit here, this area here, that my software didn't touch, or touched in a slightly different way. This software just filled everything with zeros. At the bottom here, as you can see here, all zeros. And then there's a little bit of difference right at the top. And that's it. So, but this worked. And now, as I said, what we're going to do, we're going to close the module, completely, start to put everything back on, and I'm curious just to give a scan to the car to make sure there is no codes. But if the light is going off, obviously the car is happy with what the ECU is telling the rest of the systems of the car. So looks like we have a fix. Okay, and just before we start to put everything back on, let's just give it a start. Okay, so light is off. Okay, as you can see, there's nothing coming back on, which is good. So we're gonna go quickly, still here on the last scans. We're gonna quickly give it a scan, and we apologize for the glare. So let's gonna go, oh no, wrong button. No codes, which is good. So if you remember, guys, on the other live data, this would say disarmed. I think it was disarmed, that would say. As you can see now, igniters operational. It's good that the configurations of the file I've downloaded are the same as the original on the car. So as you can see now, it says operational. Before it would say disarmed or disengaged. I think it was disarmed. There we go. So, and look at that, no impact recorded. Beautiful. So that's what we're looking for. So problem is fixed, guys, and all we're gonna do now very quickly, as you can imagine, is first turn this thing off. And what we're gonna do now, guys, is just put everything back on. Still a little bit of work to do, and then wrap up this thing. Okay, all back in place, and let's gonna give it a one last test and check. There we go, all sorted. So it really needs a service. So guys, with no further ado, let's gonna wrap up this video. In the end, was just clear the crash data on this airbag module. As I said at the start of the video, all the deployed airbags have been replaced. There's no resistors here or anything like that. I know there isn't. It's all new airbags, or used but good airbags installed. And that's it, guys. With no further ado, I do hope you enjoyed the video. Hope there's some information here you guys might can find useful. If you do still have any questions or any comments, you know exactly how it works, just put them below. And like always, thank you for watching.